Welcome to today's episode of Your Daily Writing Habit. I'm your host, Christine Whitmarsh. They call me Christine Ink. That is spelled INK, like the stuff you write with. For those of you like me who still like to use antiquated tools like pen and paper. And yes, I totally see the irony of professing my love for the old school while I'm here on this high tech tool, basically sitting in the middle of your home telling you how to write a book that will probably come out in various forms, including electronic. But yep, still love pen and paper. Totally old school girl. Anyway, I digress. Each day, I am sharing with you the daily writing habits I have accumulated over my 18 years as a celebrity ghostwriter and book coach. The habits I'm going to teach you are a mix of the big three I found in my career: writing fundamentals, productivity, and mindset. This week, I've been sharing with you some of my tips for how to revive an old book writing project. This can mean a book maybe you started writing a few years ago, or maybe one that you're kind of quote unquote now writing, but maybe haven't been exactly consistent with your writing sessions. First of all, it's okay. As one author to another, don't beat yourself up. It's happened to all of us, all the authors in the infinite, worldwide, timeless community of authors that you are now a part of, a community that goes back to the beginning of writing history. And also, that's hopefully why you're tuning in every day for my tips on establishing a daily writing habit. You're here to learn, so let's focus on that instead of feeling guilty, because God knows as writers, we don't need any more reasons to feel guilty about pretty much anything ever. So, this is your new chapter in your new life as an author. Old writing habits be darned. And yes, I gave kind of the same pep talk yesterday and the day before that, and I'll be giving it again during this whole series of tips for reviving your old book writing project, because I know some of you need to hear it every day, especially the part about not feeling guilty. So, on today's tip for reviving your old book writing project. So, the tip today is character journaling. Here's my tool for you today as an author: character journaling. If you're really stuck, and this applies, by the way, to fiction and nonfiction authors, so everybody listen. If you're really stuck about what your new chapter should be about, take an even bigger step backward, further back from the opening and closing lines, like I covered the last 2 days. Go all the way to the general purpose of the chapter, like the big picture, like why does this chapter exist in your book? Maybe you're happy with the overall direction and what you've written so far, but now you've reached a chapter that needs to be there, but you're not really 100% sure as to how it should flow. This is where I like to grab a notebook, shockingly enough, and a pen with ink in it. I like to think about what I've written so far. I might even draw a timeline or a graphic, do some doodling that answers, okay, what have I covered so far? Where do I need to take my reader next? Where am I on the reader journey? For nonfiction, this might mean doing some journaling to reconnect yourself with your book's vision and promise to your reader. Plug back into your reader's point of view, the problem you're trying to help them solve, how your book will be of service to them, and your why for writing it. Then identify where you are on that path. So identify where you are currently with this chapter on the path to solving the problem that you have promised to solve for your reader. Now, this might come off as kind of a vague exercise at first, but the objective is to plug back into the foundation of your book. So even if the exercise has these kind of fuzzy parameters, the results of it might end up giving you a surprising amount of clarity and specificity. So for my fiction authors, you can do the same as I just said, but you can do this with character diaries for your fictitious characters. This means journaling as the main characters in your novel, getting into their heads, and in a sense, speaking through them, kind of asking them where they want the story to go next, where they want their story to go next. Now, this may sound a little strange, especially to my nonfiction authors, but I have a feeling that you fiction authors out there, you're going to get it when I say let your characters speak to you. I think you're going to get it. Thank you all, fiction and nonfiction authors alike, for tuning into your daily writing habit today. I appreciate it. And if you know anyone else who's writing a book, I'd love it if you would share this briefing with them, encourage them to subscribe so I can help them succeed as well. Please remember to tune in again tomorrow. And until then, happy writing.